Jessica McMahon, and today I'm going to be making the basa with the shrimp coconut curry sauce. So first what we would like to do is we would take the lemon juice. I just used half a lemon. And then I would mix in the spices, so I have a half a teaspoon of each, which is pepper, paprika, dried thyme, and cinnamon. I'll just mix this up a little bit. This will be the marinade for the fish that we're going to be using. I cut the basa fillet into 2-inch sections, so it's easier to use. This way it absorbs all of the marinade. This marinade would be a very nice sauce too. If you had some extra, you could reduce it as well. Reduce, I mean put it on the stove, add some heat to it, and make it a thicker sauce. Could be a dipping sauce, perhaps. So I'm just going to put this into the fridge so it absorbs all the juices. Okay, so I have this one that's been marinated for, I guess, maybe about a half hour or so, depending on how much flavor you want it to take on. So that is what it looks like. So for the sauce, what we're going to do is take 2 tablespoons of butter. We're going to add that into a pan, melt that just a bit. I also have 1 onion, and I have 1 tablespoon of each garlic and ginger. Fresh is always better. I'm going to add in the onion, finely chopped. We want to get this so it's softened, nice and fragrant. Okay. I'm going to add the garlic and ginger. This will probably take about 5 to 10 minutes. So I'm just going to move this over to the side while I make the rest of the sauce. I'm going to take 1 1/4 cup of coconut milk, add that in. We want to bring that to a boil with some finely chopped spinach. I'm going to turn this up, mix it around. This will probably take about 10 minutes or so because you want to make sure that the spinach is nice and soft. Nobody likes hard spinach. So we're going to make that go. You'll notice that the spinach, once it's incorporated into the coconut milk, it will turn a lot darker. And that's the kind of color that you're looking for. So now you can see that this is starting to boil. This is the kind of color that we're looking for. Almost a nice dark green color. So this is very important for it to be cooled before it goes into the food processor. So now that this is cooled down significantly, I'm going to pour this into a food processor. Very important that you don't burn yourself. That's why the cooling process is a key. I just want to make sure all of this mixture is out. Okay. Next, I'm going to add in the onion mixture. Lots of flavor going into this. Okay. Put the lid back on. Now we're going to give it a nice little whirl. Excuse me. So I've blended this for 25 seconds just until it's incorporated. Take this out of here, pour it back into the saucepan. So now I have the sauce here. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of green curry paste to here. I have this simmering on low heat, so I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of dehydrated shrimp, which is dry shrimp. You could soak this ahead of time So it would have some extra moisture, or you could just add it into here. It would just take a little bit longer, about 5 to 10 minutes or so on low heat. So next I'm going to take the fish that was marinated out of the fridge. So now I have the marinated shrimp that's been in there for about a half an hour or so. The longer the better, so it can incorporate all of the flavors. I took some flour and I seasoned it with salt and pepper just to give a nice crispy texture once we put it into the oil. Just try to get it on all sides because you'd want to get it a little bit of crispiness. Now I'm going to add this in. I'm going to do this with all of them. You can see it bubbling. We're trying to get a nice crispy texture on the outer side. A few more pieces. Oh, you can smell the aroma already. There we go. And last piece right here. It should be about 2.5 minutes on each side. That's how you know it's thoroughly cooked. I have a plate here with some paper towel to drain off the rest of the oil. So see. Just like to move it around a little bit so it doesn't stick to the pan. Now this sauce here is starting to thicken with the dehydrated shrimp. You'll notice that a lot of the moisture is getting out of there and it's making a lovely sauce to go on top. It's better to do it in smaller pieces like we've done here with our 2-inch pieces. Any bigger would take longer and it's harder for you to flip. So this is a very good, you can see the golden brown color that's starting to come up. It's better to have it on the low temperature as you don't want the oil to splash at your face. You'll notice it start to plump up a little bit. That's exactly what you're looking for. We'll give this a little stir in the meantime. So now we're pretty well almost done here. You can see the nice golden brown color that's formed on here. The smaller pieces tend to cook a lot faster. I'm going to take our plate here with some paper towel. Be careful not to break this too much as it's very tender. I'm going to drain this on top of the paper towel. The sauce has thickened a lot. It's very good for picky eaters. If your kids don't like their vegetables, it's a nice way to put in the spinach into their diet, add in some extra iron whenever possible. And there we go. So we're gonna make sure all the oil is drained out over here. Okay. Our sauce has thickened a lot and the smell is very fragrant. So now we're ready to plate. This sauce has been thickened to perfection. I'm going to turn this off. First we're going to start with a little glop of this sauce on the bottom of the plate. Next we're going to follow it with a few pieces of the fish. Be careful as it may fall apart. I think 3 pieces would be very nice. We can garnish it with some parsley on top and some green onions if you like, and maybe even a nice piece of lemon on the side in case you'd like to squeeze that. There we go, and there you have it. Is the Basa filet with the shrimp curry coconut sauce. This is the coconut milk that was used for today's recipe. It can be found in a can as well as in the UHT packaging like this, sort of various locations. And it's very easy to use and it can be added into many dishes that you have at home. This is the dehydrated shrimp that was used in today's recipe. It can be used in many soups, stir fries, and salads and curries as well. Please make sure to hydrate it and to maybe soak it in some water, as it'll be quick and easy to use. Okay. This is also the curry that was used. It was a green curry paste. It can be used in many different types of dishes as well. It's very versatile, has lots of flavor, and it's just enough spice for all of your ethnic dishes.